Did you see that when DB came back and played for us, that they got mad that our fan base was booing her?
I don't believe in booing former players unless they left on like some type shit.
You're seeing the exact moment Sophie Cunningham tore apart a decades-old playbook that has quietly dictated WNBA storylines. What began as a casual podcast talk about DeWanna Bonner's controversial exit exploded into something far bigger. Now the old guard sports media is scrambling. Sophie proved that players like her, Caitlin Clark, and the Indiana Fever don't need ESPN, The Athletic, or the league's long-protected media favorites to control their own narratives. She bypassed every outdated gatekeeper, spoke directly to the fans, and earned more genuine engagement than most top sports reporters get in an entire year. For an industry built on acting as the go-between for athletes and the public, this isn't just unsettling, it's an existential threat. Show your support for Sophie by dropping a fiery Sophie in the comments. Let's roll.
I like DB because like DB was one of my vets when I was in Phoenix, and then we gathered here into Indiana, and like it was kind of a surprise that she was signed to Indiana anyway. And so we'll take her in a heartbeat. Like she's a Hall of Famer. She's a hell of a basketball player, can score from anywhere on the court.
Before we unpack how Sophie unintentionally exposed the WNBA's media machine cracks, imagine the league if players owned their narratives. No biased edits, no anti-clack agendas, no engineered drama to pit teammates against each other. What? Sophie pulled off stretches far beyond the Bonner situation. We are witnessing the opening of a new chapter, one that could permanently shift who gets to shape women's basketball's story.
I just think, and you know way better than me,
Yeah.
but like, it just feels like people are jealous of this new little wave of.
They are, but I just hate that because like this is what we've always wanted as a league. So like who cares who gets the credit? And if you're smart, you're making money off of them.
Yeah.
Like you are literally making money from the viewership.
And why bully the person who is like not 100% responsible, but like has a huge role in growing your sport?
Dude, and it literally like pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What?
For years, legacy sports media built high walls around WNBA coverage, deciding which athletes got attention and which narratives fit the image. Sophie just revealed those walls aren't solid. They're made of wet paper. Let's break down how a single unfiltered podcast episode exposed just how flimsy the system really is, and why every major sports outlet is now scrambling to secure player deals before they lose control of the story entirely. The warning sign was in the data. Sophie's following has quietly climbed past 1.6 million on TikTok and 1.1 million on Instagram, larger than many of the league's so-called insider reporters combined. She built that platform while ESPN was busy ignoring Caitlin Clark's record-breaking performances.
I went from I think like
Followers, yeah.
350,000 and like maybe 200,000 on TikTok.
You had 200,000 on TikTok a month ago?
No, I
Before the fight.
before the fight, and then I had like 350 on 100,000 on Instagram. Over the night, or over like a day and a half, over 1 million on both. Insane. This is coming from me though, dude.
That's
I got tired of
crazy.
seeing myself,
I get it.
and I love myself.
I get it.
I love myself. I was over it.
Here's the part that changes everything. Sophie didn't reach that level by bowing to the old media gatekeepers. She got there by speaking directly in the voice fans actually understand: bold, competitive, and unapologetically real. While other players worked hard to maintain a polished media bubble, Sophie went straight to the audience, offering something ESPN's carefully packaged sound bites never could: authenticity. That's when the balance of power shifted. She didn't whisper the inside scoop to a reporter, feed it to The Athletic, or tease it on Twitter. She sat down with her Show Me Something co-host and dropped a truth bomb that completely reframed the Bonner drama. No editor filters, no corporate spin, no PR talking points, just raw truth for anyone ready to hear it. In the old model, players' inside knowledge and locker room drama or messy exits would trickle through a beat reporter, get reshaped into a sourced article, and be served to the public on the media's terms. Every element, timing, framing, impact, tightly controlled.
But she got to Indiana and she just like really wasn't happy. And like, I want people to be happy. So that's why I'm kind of like neutral on this one, which a lot of people are surprised about. She's towards the end of her career. So like, she deserves her flowers. She deserves to be happy. But I also think that if you're going to leave, like, you're going to have to expect getting bit. Like,
Was there explanation when it happened? No. Not even privately? Yeah, I mean, okay. That's tough. And yeah, okay. Well, I did say what? Unless you leave on some you type shit, and that's what that is. So
Yeah.
Sophie took one look at that playbook and said, absolutely not. She told the story herself and told it better than any outsider could because she was there. She had the first-hand perspective, the context, and the platform to share it without asking for clearance. That's a freedom the establishment media would rather Caitlin Clark or any Fever player never taste.
Like, I'm still rooting for her. Like, I want her to end her career and be happy. But I also think that, like, it's okay to be professional about it and, like, send a text to your teammates. Send a text and be like, hey, like, love you guys. Or you don't even have to say love you guys. Just like, hey, sorry this didn't work out. Good luck. Da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to handle that, I think.
And here's the strategic move almost nobody noticed. Sophie's podcast isn't just a player in a home studio. It's backed by Colin Cowherd's media powerhouse, The Volume. That's the first real crossover between WNBA players, content, and mainstream sports media firepower. They didn't bring her in as a charity gesture or token representation for women's sports. They signed her because they recognized what ESPN didn't: that authentic, player-driven storytelling destroys sterile, politically safe coverage every single time. That partnership sends a clear message. WNBA stars don't have to stay in a women's sports lane anymore. They can step directly into the main sports arena, reaching a larger, hungrier audience that's less interested in protecting the old pecking order and more interested in hearing unfiltered truth. Sophie's rise will push other players to see they don't need the middlemen, and that's exactly why the traditional media is sweating. We're already hearing that major sports networks are rushing to lock down WNBA players for their own shows. Why? Because Sophie proved fans will always choose authentic player content over ESPN's corporate-approved narratives.
There's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. Like, we have a lot of badasses in our league.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league, or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as shit.
Yeah.
You're literally dumb.
Sophie is openly breaking the league's unspoken Protect the Veterans Code, the rule that says you never challenge the inner circle, never reveal the politics, and never give fans a reason to doubt the sacred untouchables. Sophie called that silent agreement what it is broken. She told the truth about Bonner's departure, not because it was safe or easy, but because it was real. That choice to put honesty before politics is exactly what new WNBA fans, especially Caitlin Clark's massive audience, have been craving while legacy media played it safe.
One of the biggest stars the WNBA's ever
Who's that?
had. Her name rhymes with Schmaitland.
Hurtland?
Yeah. What has that been like, seeing her not only kind of transform a league, but also just be like,
No,
is that fair to say? Okay.
not even just the league, but like
The
women's
sport.
basketball as a whole around the world. No, I think it's awesome. I think it's so funny because she's like 22, 23 years old and the whole world is watching her.
Yeah.
Her fiery defense of Caitlin Clark wasn't a PR stunt. It was Sophie speaking straight to the very fans. The old WNBA media has been alienating for months, while the establishment cloaked Clark's story in just needs time narratives and hollow calls for balance. Sophie called her critics dumb as hell, and she meant every word. That wasn't just raw. It was strategic genius. She targeted the league's fastest growing, most passionate fan base, Clark's, and used their language, not the stale jargon of the media elite. Sophie chose inclusion over isolation, and her engagement numbers proved that gamble paid off.
You have seen players in our league try to like toughen up Caitlin. We call her CC. CC. For even when I wasn't on her team, like I know the talks that Phoenix had in the locker room of like, no, we're gonna prove her, we're gonna show her what the W really is. You know what I mean? And like, I get it to a certain extent, and like every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're gonna treat them. But
Right.
there's just more